This is Scott Becker with the Business and Market Update, 15 notes today. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. First, the markets were fairly flat yesterday, and they point down this morning. Yesterday, they ended near flat. People are waiting for inflation data that's supposed to come the next day or two. It's supposed to come Wednesday. Second, Lucid Motors, an electric vehicle maker, took it on the chin. Their shares dropped nearly 10% pre-market as its revenues and profits came in worse than expected. Third, to compare emerging electric vehicles makers, Rivian had $600 million in sales in the past quarter compared to $150 million for Lucid Group. This will give you a sense of how hard it is to build an automaker and how important scale is. So notwithstanding the sort of $600 million at Rivian and that being a disappointment, that's the start. $2 billion a year, $3 billion a year, $4 billion a year of a real automaker. So I wouldn't count Rivian out. Fourth, we're excited to see the Becker's Healthcare podcast reach 10 million downloads and the Becker Private Equity and Business podcast also rising the charts. Fifth, Palantir Technologies, the tech company founded by Peter Thiel, rose 4.5% yesterday and is up 15% today. People love and hate Peter Thiel, but to me, he's one of the smartest people around, and I find him fascinating. 2 books on Peter Thiel, one by him, one about him. Read by him, 0 to 1. Notes on startups or how to build the future by Peter Thiel and Blake Masters. Also read The Contrarian, Peter Thiel and Silicon Valley's Pursuit of Power by Max Chafkin. Both fascinating. Sixth, I was fortunate in the Becker Private Equity podcast to interview yesterday Palantir veteran and now founder of Chapter, Kobe Blumenfeld-Gantz. He joined the podcast to discuss the growth of Chapter, a firm that helps seniors navigate the Medicare program. Kobe's a graduate of the Wharton School. He also had a master's in public philosophy. He also was had a major in Arabic studies. I mean, fascinating person. Seventh, Tyson Foods dropped almost 17% yesterday. It repeated a Q2 loss and a softening forecast. Eighth, Bud Light sales dropped 21% in April, but this seems to be softening a little bit and getting a little bit better. Ninth, 5 of the healthcare companies that we love to watch and their stock performance year to date. United Healthcare down 7% year to date. CVS down 25% year to date. Cigna Healthcare down 20% year to date. Walgreens Boots Alliance down 50% year to date. And finally, kicking back in the right direction, although HCA Healthcare seems to always do okay. HCA Healthcare up 15% year to date. 10th, excited to see Becker's Healthcare named as a place where employees are quite happy. This is by Inc.'s list of 509 companies that get how happiness drives employer productivity. Great thanks to Annie Stokes, Jessica Cole, and Katie Atwood, all tremendous leaders. 11th, great article in the Wall Street Journal on a trend that we're all watching closely. The decline of the 5-day commute has been a boon for suburban retail. We've also seen in the suburbs, as people stop moving as much to the cities, the much greater boost in restaurants and retail in the suburbs. 12th, the 1-year Treasury fell to about 4.8% after rising to 4.9%. The 10-year opens around 3.52%. 13th, Bitcoin, after having quite a rally, it's dropped 1,500 over the last few days, back to 27,600 or so. We'll see where it's at today. 14th, oil has risen back to $72 a barrel. And finally, 15th, cannabis was going back up based on the potential passage of a federal banking bill for cannabis. That still is very questionable. But thank you to Mark Pesicovich, cannabis guru, for sharing his thoughts about that and more on the podcast yesterday. Thank you very much to Mark Pesicovich. Thank you.